G'day YouTube, my name's Lance and welcome to Bundy Bear's Shed. Well, the weather report looks like it's going to be 27. I've got the phone app open just over here because sometimes I get that busy I forget to check the weather, what it's doing. So yeah, it looks like 18 to 27 today, 90% humidity, and we had no rain yesterday. We might have a 5 km/h breeze coming through the area, so well, that's alright, I suppose. There's no... I reckon tomorrow there might be a 10% chance of a shower or two, but yeah, that's not happening much. I think over the Easter weekend we got, I think Saturday we got a few showers, a few scuds through. But look, it's lovely weather, it's a really nice time of year. We've been that busy at work and trying to get the Sparex TEA 20 videos out that my stew's a bit late. I come into work at 5 o'clock this morning. It's 5 o'clock Wednesday morning, and I meant to do a stew yesterday, but just look, I come in early and just didn't get to it. The phones have been going nuts, which is really good. Like, business has just taken off, and with this COVID thing, there's a lot of people shopping online, and Jude and I over the weekend, over the Easter break, we had Friday off, we had Good Friday off, and I went up to the shed and did some filming. And then Saturday I couldn't do any filming much. We had a few showers and the shed was creaking and banging. I got a couple shot off early in the morning, and then through the middle of the day it was bloody hopeless, so I did other things, and I come back in the afternoon and did some more. So, but then Jude went into the shop just to catch up on paperwork on Saturday, so she worked all day Saturday. I think she probably got in about 8 o'clock, so about an hour later than she normally does, but she went till after 6 o'clock Saturday just catching up on paperwork. Then we decided to have Sunday off, and then I got a bit more filming done on the Sparex TEA 20 then, and the web sales and the eBay sales were going that mad that we thought, holy shit, we better go in Monday. So Judy and I both worked all day Monday, and yeah, we're just surprised at how it's just taken off with the web sales. So that's a good sign. I know a lot more people are shopping online, so which is heartening for us. The money we spent on that website last year in the drought, like, we really struggled to get the money to do it, or to convince ourselves that it was money well spent on the website, and it's certainly paying off now. We cleared the parcels on Thursday, and Monday we had it over 90 to process, pack, sort out, get sent direct, and we have 24-hour access to the ordering system in Sparex and Bearco, and so yeah, we were on Monday afternoon. I was in there putting $3,000 orders into different companies, just trying to get the jump on yesterday. So when their staff got there yesterday, they had orders there waiting to go, and we've been having a bit of trouble. IPEC and the Australia Post have been very busy, and so we had one parcel last week. We ordered it last Tuesday, and I think that something dodgy went on in Bear. All the parcels, the pallets before went out, that day got missed, and the rest of the week it went fine, but all of a sudden this other pallet got invoiced a day late, so I think there's something going on there, but they're not telling us about. But not to worry, that came yesterday, but it's always the things, there was a clutch in there for a man that was hoping to do it over Easter and things like that, and you'd think Monday, Tuesday before Easter you'd have plenty of time to order it, but something happened to Bearco and they didn't get this one out, but they got all the ones around it out, but just one day went missing, so I think something's gone a bit dicky there. But yeah, with the web sales and all that, it's just taken off. So like I say, we came in Monday and did a full day, did 90 odd, and yesterday morning before Nick got in, I had all the website ones sorted out, which there was about 5 overnight or 6 overnight or something, and then I was having having trouble with the bloody website, and just slow. You know, when we're trying to do orders, it's been really slow in the back office part of it. And so yesterday I was having discussions with our with Catalyst, the people that host it for us and all that, and they've run tests for us and all that, and they couldn't find a thing wrong, but all of a sudden it's fast again. So I don't know what's going on there, but it was okay. I haven't tried it again this morning, but yeah, yesterday afternoon, after our discussions and them finding nothing wrong, it sped up. So sometimes those things just need resetting. I rooted around yesterday morning and I reset the NBN modem and jigged around. Yeah, it looked like I knew what I was doing. Anyway, there's about 3 things I know how to do. After that I'm buggered. But yeah, so it was all working. It was just painfully slow in the back office of our website. And they're saying, that they couldn't find anything, the server's fine. And I'm saying, well, you know, I can hop into Steiner in America, bloody Quality Tractor Parts in Ireland, bloody Sparex in Australia, Melbourne, Bearco in Australia, all these other suppliers, and it's just click bang, it's nice and quick. All our computers are brand new almost, and so I can't see a problem there. But so anyway, we didn't have a problem, but it's better now. So we'll just see how that goes. We've put out on Facebook and that we're going to look for another parts person. We just need the extra hands on deck, and you would think in this environment where people are losing their jobs and having trouble finding work, and you know the people with retail experience are getting put off, you reckon you'd be inundated with it, but no. But we put it out there I might have it was over the weekend sometime I put it out there, and I put it on the local Bundy jobs thing and my Facebook page and the Queensland Tractor Spares page and a few things like that about another parts. Looking for someone, if you don't have experience in parts, that wasn't particularly important, as long as you had perhaps some retail experience or even like a mechanical background or something like that you knew the basic terminology and all that, and we can get you up and running. Our website's very good, and the websites of the people we deal with are very good. And an instance would be a lot of fellas that are doing up their own tractors may not have parts experience, may not be the quickest, but they can actually hop on and look up their own parts and do a bit of research and find out what it is. So so having a heap of experience in parts is not necessary. And yeah, Ross, our main bloke downstairs there, he was supposed to have an RDO. We'd arranged it for him to have a 5-day weekend. You have Easter then yesterday off as well. But he rolls in yesterday. He said, "Oh no, too busy." So can't. So he said, "I might have a day off Wednesday." So yesterday afternoon, Judy said to him, "Oh, you having a day off, Ross?" And he said, "Oh no." No, he said, "I'll come in." He said, "I'll have a day off another time." But he said, "It's just too busy to have a day off." Which there's a difference there. As in, like in a fortnight, not next Monday, the Monday after is Nicole's RDO, and she'll probably have the day off. It's just how different people take. They think of things differently, you know, and it's just it may be an age thing. Like one's 26 and one's 55, 56, something like that. So it's just how people think. But a couple of things with their sending emails to Bundy Bear's Shed, or sending emails addressed to me. If it's a parts inquiry, don't address them to me. What happens, they go to info@Queensland Tractor Spares and say, "Hey Lance, such and such a part." And I don't read that one. That's for downstairs. That's for Nicole and Ross and Judy and them to read that. And sometimes they don't touch them. They say, "Well, it was addressed to you, so I didn't do it." And I'm saying, "Well, you know, anything down here you fellas have got to do." So if there's a parts inquiry that comes through our website at info@queenslandtractorspares.com.au, I'd probably address it to Ross, and he's the main bloke with that, that answers those questions and does that sort of thing. He does a great job, and so probably address it to Ross. And if you want to message to me, just say, "I tell Lance that I like his videos," or something like that. But the very best email to get me direct is bundybearsshed@gmail.com.au, I think it might be. I don't know. It's on the end of the videos, you know, on the end where it says thanks for watching. The end, it's on there. And but probably don't put parts inquiries there, because I've got to then try and transfer them down to the people that look after them, because I just don't have the time to look after every person, every parts inquiry. I just don't have the time for it. And that Gmail account doesn't get looked at on weekends. It's on my computer here, so I leave it, and I do that purposely because I need a break over weekends. Because if I answered every email, every message, everything all weekend, and I get them on Facebook Messenger and all that sort of thing. Sometimes I watch TV and my phone's just going bing and bing and bing, and so I turn the bastard down. So I don't hear it. You just need a bit of time out sometimes. So yeah, most messages, Gmail, bundybearsshed@gmail is the best one. For anything to do with the business, sales, parts inquiries, all that, that's info@Queensland Tractor Spares. Attention, Ross. There's a couple of international freight orders coming in, and Judy said she'd try and look at them today. It's just, like I say, we've been that flat. We just haven't had time to stay up with everything at the moment. The figures are figures that we only just dreamt of. In the first, what are we, the 15th today, so it's halfway through the month, and from when the drought was on, and when our figures were dropped back a bit then, but we've more than passed our normal monthly turnover in that time. So, and we're probably up 20,000 on our whole month's turnover in the bad time. So we're riding the top of the wave just at the moment. So we're just banking it. We're not buying anything. We're just putting that little kitty back, because in the drought and that, things were really bad, and yeah, the financial situation. Judy and I propped the business up $50,000, at which we borrowed, just to keep our staff and that on, and keep the show on the road. But now it looks like we can put that back, and we're all finished with that, hopefully. So we're going to chip away at that. But it's certainly nice not to have the worry anymore, at the moment at least. And we're not sure why it's so busy. There's a couple of things. I think I'm pushing the website on my videos quite often now, and in the TEA Sparex TEA 20 series, there's some really good links in most descriptions to how you can get here, and how you can get into the website, what's free, the technical articles, all that sort of thing. I'd like to really build that technical library up, and it's probably something to ask, is if you've got some good info, good article, good something, good information that you'd like on there, well, we'll host it. We'll put it there for everyone free of charge. If you've got a bit of good information, or even down to an old operator's book, or a parts book, or a parts listing, or an instruction on how to fix something back in the early days, or something like that. We'll put all that there. We've got the room. We've got quite a lot of bandwidth on our website, so we can stack it up with stuff, and serial number information, and all that. We're going to probably try and work away at all that, and get there. But like I say, I've just been snowed under, and the weekend, if I wasn't filming, I was rendering videos. You notice one day I got a heap out. I was bloody just pleased to get them out. I nearly had a sore back from patting myself on it, yeah. For getting so much done. I've got a couple of videos up the barrel, ready to rock and roll. I need editing time, and I've got a few other jobs too to do. And on top of that, I've been taking on bits and pieces of jobs. So, and I've chosen to film a couple of them. There's an Alice Chalmers Model B, but it's an EB, the British B, Carby, and and I'm filming that because it's an interesting thing to me. It's a Zenith 24T-2, same base model Carby that's on the TE20, but being the English model. It's got the throttle coming out the opposite side, and there's just different things. It's the same but different, if you know what I mean. The choke's different setup. You know, you haven't got that little rod coming down and things like that. So I'm filming that. I've got the disassembly filmed, and I've got it all bee blasted, ready to go together one night, hopefully this week. And I've got a W4 carby, which is an International Harvester carby, 41085. Look, I won't quote numbers, I'll balls that up for sure. So I've got the W4 carby all apart. I think I'm waiting for a float from America for that. Another fella that's a regular customer in our shop, he's dropped off some FE35 23C injectors for me to look at. I haven't started that yet. I'm going to try and film that if I can. Just I haven't done a 23C injector video, so I'm going to try and film that as I go. And there's some little things I can do of an evening. So, but I'm trying not to stay up too late. And by the time I go to work at 5 in the morning, I knock off. I usually knock off 2 or 3 o'clock and try and get home and do these jobs. But with that busy, I'm not knocking off till 5. So by the time it comes to 6, 7, 8, 9 of a night, I'm losing the plot. I'm ready for a sit down, a bit of a watch on YouTube, a catch up, and a bit of a snore for a while. And so I've got he also had a 23C injector pump he can't get the head out of, so he's left it in a bucket, and it's bloody rusty, and I don't know if I'll ever get it going for him, but I'll have a fiddle. And fella Dave, that's been a friend of mine for years, and he gave me an original Fergie 65 pickup hitch. I'm just laying behind the shed. He says, "Oh, it was me. You come and have it." And he brought it into me and everything. So didn't want a thing for it. So, and that was like 8 or 9 years ago. So he tried it in yesterday for a yarn. He asked me would I have a look at a Massey Ferguson 240 steering cylinder. He's got the kit. He must have bought it downstairs, and he's not sure how to put the kit in this cylinder. So I said, "Yeah, all right. You know, one good turn deserves another. 10 years later, doesn't matter." And I don't know if I'll film that or not. It'd be pretty uninteresting, but we'll just see. It's a time thing for me at the moment. I'm just running flat. But look, business is good, and even though we're buggered, we're worn out from just working so much, it's better to worry about being busy than how you're going to worry about paying the bills. And so it's far better to worry about how you're going to get everything done. So the COVID restrictions, the COVID virus restrictions around, we've got lines downstairs, and we ask people to, you know, one person from a vehicle and all that. I think I mentioned last week. Some people listen, some don't. That's all right. We're trying to keep it under control. We're spraying and we're wiping and we're buggering about there. So there's extra time in the day. But that's just how it is. Yeah, you still have them down there. I've got dots, you know, crosses on the floor, and you know I've got 2 metres to this next cross, 1.5 metres to that next cross. Stand here, and they don't. So some do, some don't. Some are very aware, and some aren't. So, but apart from the the restrictions on what we can do, my life hasn't changed. I don't go shopping rarely. Rarely do I go grocery shopping. Sometimes I do, but I go bottle shopping a bit. But look, I'm off the grog at the moment. I'm just giving that a break. And the isolations. Like, my life's very unchanged, apart from the only thing we miss. We don't see the grandkids. We see them on Facebook and all that. We know they're healthy and we know they're good and their mum's looking after them and all that. And but yeah, we don't see them, and we've sort of told the kids, just be sensible. If you stay away, we can chat. That's fine. We're only in town here. And the young bloke Tim, he's a disability carer for the Endeavour Foundation, and he had all his hours dropped back. But now they've picked him up again. But a couple of the carers, they got to carry letters with them now. A couple of the carers were driving around at funny hours, which they do. They have odd shifts. People need care 24 hours a day, not just 8 to 5. So a couple of the workers there had to show cause while they were out, and So now they've got a letter from Endeavour saying, you know, they're disability carers, they're health workers, and so they should be right there. But yeah, there's not a great deal changed for us. Judy does the shopping. She's worked out how to buy toilet paper in Bundaberg now. So I think things are backing off a little bit, but she said there's still some things, you know, rice and flour and all that are quite thin on the shelves. So, but we've stopped. She goes down to the big IGA down the centre of Bundaberg for toilet paper, and she goes down there about once a week or so. But up near my local bottle shop, the Branyan Cellar, we've got a little IGA there, and so we've just started doing all our shopping at the little IGA, and they're friendly people. We've known them for ages, but we used to only go in there and get bits and pieces because our daughter Adele, she works at the IGA over north in the deli, so we also, well, you know, support those who support you, and so we often go over north and do our shopping. But with all this, we're just shopping local in our own little business, keep them going, help them out. They never have toilet paper. But it doesn't matter, the toilet paper, the crisis is over with the toilet paper at our house anyway. So not to worry, it's all good. So look, I haven't got a lot of content. I was just touching base, letting you know I wasn't dead. I wasn't quite fallen off the perch yet. I've got a couple of parts planned. I'll probably talk to Dave, Plasma Dave. I'm going to call him Plasma Dave now, I think. And I've got a couple of little plates I might hit him up about, and I'm just wondering about making a jig and putting it in the lathe. And there's the little plate on the back of the TE20 cylinder head. There's a little tin plate with a flat on it and a little bulge out of it. And a lot of the tractors you buy, mine included, they've just had a flat plate, and I've done that myself. But I was thinking about it, and I was thinking, well, it's a part that people are often looking for, so I'm thinking of getting a template cut out of just really light steel, and say 2mm or 1.8, 2mm zinc. And then I've been wondering about the idea of getting a piece of flat, setting it in my big press and seeing if I can either punch one out, you know, make a die and punch it out to get the proper shape. But I'm thinking I'll more likely just make them out of 10mm. They won't look original, but with a flat plate, round the back of that little water manifold in the head, they've got a little bulge about 3mm deep, and I was thinking that helps the flow. You know, if they didn't think they needed that, if they would have put a flat plate from factory, it would have been cheaper. So where this little water manifold inside the head goes, I've been thinking of just getting a bit of 10mm flat, 3/8 flat, getting them laser cut or plasma cut to the right size, and then making a jig that I can centre in the lathe. I can just bolt these plates on and just put that little dish in them. But I don't know, I'm just fiddling with that idea at the moment. I don't know whether it'll be a sellable thing or it'll give better flow around the back of the head, and you know, being even 8mm, and you know, you could have a 3 or 4mm bit machined out of it, and away you go. But whether it's practical or not, who knows? I'll see how we go. But the surface would have to be milled flat first. I suppose, you know, a gasket would cover it, but I don't think you can buy that gasket that I'm aware of either. But not to worry, that's just daydreaming at this point in time. We haven't got time to do a lot of that stuff. So look, that's it for the stew this week. Hopefully lack of content here can be balanced out by increasing content on the Fergie projects. We are trying to do that. How this next weekend pans out with us being so busy, I have no idea. But we'll just see. I'll try and get there. I said to Jude, if I need to, I'll try and get up there overnight and do some filming. The LED light in the shed, that new one I had in the stew a couple of weeks ago, the $230 one, it's great. And some of the bench, you'll see on the Ferguson, the Sparix Fergie series, when I do work on that little green bench up the back, not the one on my desk where I pull the carbies apart, the one up the back where I've talked about the cam followers. I have one coming up that'll probably get out this week, I'm hoping, on it's just going to be called the Sparex TEA20 Ferguson oil gauges. What's the story with that? And we're going into the petrol. It's just a little discussion on the thread that goes into the block down the bottom. It's 38 UNF, and to show you that it's not a normal banjo bolt, you can make one yourself at home. The pipe coming up that goes up to the gauge. We have a couple in stock, but Agriline make those fellas, and we've been getting them out of Agriline as a trade customer, and they've run out of stock. So everyone's run out of stock, and I've got 2 left in here. So, and here I am, I'm saying, oh yeah, we can get them, no worries, they're on the website, I'll put a link, and I went and had a look and we got 2. So I've sent them an email, they're getting back to me about when they can supply that again. And yeah, we usually have about 10 to 14 of them in stock, but yeah, you just have runs on things, and sometimes things fall off the radar. So, and we've also looked at the Sparex oil gauge on the TEA20, and then there's another brand we get that's they're both right in their own ways, but no one's got it perfect. But that's fine, sometimes you have to compromise. To buy an old gauge, an old original gauge, they're hard to find. My old TEA that I'm doing, it's got a pretty good gauge on it, but I've never pulled one apart to try cleaning it and servicing it and all that. And it's something I've got on my list that I wouldn't mind doing. I have had taco glasses out and cleaned them up and re-rolled them, sort of thing, and got a new bit of glass from downtown on original tacos and things like that. But whether it's worth it on a gauge, it might be just worth it just for an exercise. I've got old gauges hanging around. I might try on a couple of old ones, and if I don't root it up completely, well, we might give it a go. Another thing, my friend John Aitchinson, he sent me an email yesterday or the other day about Fergie petrol engines, like the 35, the 135 petrol, the TEA, TED, having oil restrictions to the rockers. And he found a comment on yesterday's Tractors Forum about where the camshaft goes into the block at the back there, on the rear bearing journal, there's a little track or a little line there, and that's how the oil gets up to the rocker gear. And if that gets carboned up over the years, that restricts the oil flow to the rockers. Now, I haven't heard about that before. It's something new to me, so I told John nothing I've had experience with, but this is a bit of a call out. You blokes in England, Ireland, that have had a lot of experience with the Fergies, get in touch with me on bundybearsshed@gmail.com.au. I think it's .au. Oh, I can't bloody remember that. Yeah, I just haven't dicked in the head today. And but if you've had experience with that, or you have anything to show on it, or anything we can discuss on it, or experience, let us know at bundybearsshed@gmail. The email address is at the end of this video. I was planning on doing the governor setup on this Sparex TEA20, run through that again and pull the governor weights off and show that. But my original plan was to get the engine running, show it was running, just do the in-frame rebuild, and then I was going to tidy up a few little things like that. I'm going to just have a little video on servicing the oil pump, what to look for, and things like that. So, in the light of this, it's something I've never known about. I haven't bothered reading about it either since, I just haven't had time. But if you have experience, jump on and jump on bundybearsshed@gmail and let us know. But what we're going to do, while we've got the cam followers out and the engine half apart, I'm thinking I might take this opportunity to learn. I'm going to be timed out there. I was in the middle of a chat and the phone went bip bip bip, my time's up. Had to put another $1 in it. And, anyway, while we have while we have the TEA 20 with the head off and the cam followers out and all that sort of thing, I might take the opportunity to pull the cam, which was something I wasn't going to do, but I think I'll do it. The radiator's out, you know, it's just easy to do it now. And so we might get sidetracked on that. You know, these quick jobs, I said, oh, I should be able to knock her over in a few weekends. Or, famous last words, eh? But let's learn about it as we go and get stuck into it. I'm getting a few comments about doing the TEF engine that I've got in my little tractor up there, and there's things about that I don't know that I've got to learn yet. But so yeah, there's a lot of interest in that little engine, so we may, well, perhaps one thing at a time. I've got to do the Ford too. The head on the TEA is away. I sent it away to Quentin. So I haven't been in contact with him to see how that's going. He was going to take a few pictures for me, a few videos. So I don't know how that's gone. I haven't had time to have a yarn, and I expect he hasn't had time either. So anyway, we'll probably pull this cam out. The head's coming back, the cam's out. I've sent a thing to Sparex about wanting a new new thermostat housing and a few things like that we need for the little TEA. They haven't got back actually. I'll have to rattle their chain again. So, but anyway, I was just keeping in touch. Just like I say, showing you I'm not dead. I'm not in isolation. I'm always in isolation. I love it. Me and Kelly dog up the shed there, and she reckons she hasn't got the virus, and so I'm pretty good myself. So I think we're okay. But we'll just see how we go. But so stay healthy, everyone. Wash your hands. Don't touch your face. Leave your bloody face alone. And yeah, wash your hands. And I reckon the dirtiest thing around will be telephones. Everyone has their telephone out and they put it in the pocket and they go and wash their hands, and later on they pull the phone out and have a look again, and I think, well, that dickhead. So phones will be the dirtiest thing, so keep everything wiped up, and yeah, just look after yourselves. It'll all come to an end shortly, but who knows when. They're telling us in Australia not to, well, there's the footy fellas want to get going, and there's a few states saying, when can we lift this, when can we lift that, but yeah, don't hold your breath. I think it's going to be the state of play for another month or two yet, and that's fine. We're talking to Australia Post. Oh, well, I got you. God, I had a head of steam last week. Our posting bill, and we have an account with Australia Post, and for posting our parcels and all that, and the credit limit on our account was $7,000 a month. And anyway, we've been busy, and we never pay it late. Like, it's just not, Jude hasn't got it in her nature to pay anything late, and if we had to miss out to pay a bill late, we'd miss out. We'd have that bill paid, and that's how you survive in business, I believe. And anyway, we took the parcels down last week, and we got to the post office, and they started putting them through, and they said, oh, we can't send them. Your account's on hold. I said, what's that bloody account on hold for? And they said, oh, you've reached your credit limit. We said, well, it's only like 10 days in. And they said, oh, well, we can't process it until you make a payment. So, well, I had the shits. No, we gets on to them. We got this account manager, so, and you know, account manager bullshit bloody title, and so I gets on to him, emails him, because he's working from home, and so I said, right, what's going on here? I said, you're our account manager. If you notice we're getting close to our limit all the time, why don't you contact us and say, look, you're bouncing off your limit. Would you like to increase it to 10 or 15,000 or whatever? And he says, oh, that's not my job. He says, you're the account holder, it's up to you to manage your account. And I said, well, you're sending me letters with all this bullshit account management bit on it. And what do you do? And, oh, he says, if you've got problems, you can talk to me. And I said, I've got a fucking problem now. And I said, what do we do here? And he says, oh, you have to pay some off your account. So I think we had 5,700 on that part that we could see, but the 7 was stuff in the process. So we dropped $5,000 on the account, and that freed it up for the next day so we could continue with our posting. And he says, well, it's not up to me. He says, you fellas have got to apply to Australia Post for a credit limit. a credit limit increase, and that can take 7 to 10 days. And because it's Corona, we're busy and it might take longer. And I'm thinking, you prick. Anyway, we applied for 15,000. He says, I'll ask them, can they limit it to 10 grand? I said, too late, mate. We're up at 15 now. And we've applied for 15,000. And so Jude comes back from post yesterday, and with our parcels on the weekend, we did 2 runs. We had to do a run in the morning where we got rid of, the parts we packed over the weekend, and then we had to do another run to the post office yesterday afternoon. We got these big post bags full of shit and parcels and radiators and all sorts of junk. And so we're going to have to pay it again because yesterday's post bill was $700. And so at 7 grand, $700, that gives us 10 days. Every 10 days we've got to pay some bill until they send us notification that our account's been upgraded. So what a mob of tosses. You got this bloke that's an account manager, and anyway, I hit him up a little while ago, and I said, look, we're putting that many parts through. I reckon you can give us a better deal so we can offer a better deal to our customers. And they had a look and they said, oh, Lance, look, you're only about 4,500 a month at the moment. Until you get over to 5,000 a month in your posting, and this is just Australia Post, this isn't direct send, this isn't anything else. And until you get over $5,000, that's the limit when we start to talk to you. So after this, I was up and I said, look, you blokes, I've spoken to you about our account before. You said once we get to $5,000 we can talk. I said, you bastards better get and look at our account. It's been over 5 grand for a few months now. When are we going to talk about this? And my account manager says, no, that's not something I can handle, Lance. That's one of my superiors. I'll send him an email to contact you, but we're busy because of Corona, so it might be 7 to 10 days. And some of us are working from home, and I'm thinking, go you mob of arseholes. Not worth a bloody flossy full of cold water. And anyways, I've had a bit of a run-in with them, but they're all nice and apologetic and all that stuff. Then my phone, it's a Samsung 9 phone, and I had a phone a little while back and I broke it, and it must have been over 2 years ago. But because I was in contract, I had to keep my cracked screen for ages, and it shit me off. But so they said, there's a lease plan. You can lease this phone, and I don't know if I'm telling you this from last week or not, but you can lease the new phone, and that way, if you break it for $99, we can give you a new one. And I said, well, what if we get to the end of the lease and we'd like to keep that phone and own it? Can we do that? And they said, oh yeah, you can buy it out, and it's usually $100, $150, something like that. So anyway, I get a thing from Telstra and says, your phone's due, and if you don't send it back within a certain date, you'll cop a fee, and we need to recontract you and all that, and contact us. So I thought, alright. So I contacted him, had a yarn with this young bloke, and I said, look, I'm happy to recontract again, but this phone, I'm happy with the phone too. It's going well, it's the right size, fits in my pocket, I'm used to it and all that. So at this instance, I'd just like to buy the phone out. And I said, when I took the lease out, they said $100, $150 probably, but they don't lock in at a price, and it depends on the condition. And he says, is it in good order? And I said, yeah, look, I keep these life-proof, they're called a life-proof case, and they just seal it right up. And look, another good thing, I've got there's a little steel ball thing, and I've got a ball on the gold tractor, and I can put this on if I want to speed it. But I leave the magnet there, and if I want to put it somewhere, I can just go bang, and it sits on the wall of the shed, or on the side of the car. Well, I don't put it on the side of the car because I drive off without it. But yeah, I've got this little magnet thing on it, and they're called Steelies. And I said, look, I'm happy with my phone. It's set up how I want it, and I'll just buy it out. And he says, okay, so I'll get a price for you to buy it out. And he says, $800. And I was pissed off. I said, what happened to $100, $150? I don't know, he says, but that's our policy now. It's 80% of new price, and the new phone's $1,000, so it's going to be $800 to keep your old phone. And I was on a $140 a month plan with 70 gigs of data and bloody, so we can bounce off it and that, and free calls Australia wide and all that sort of thing. So I said, well, why can't I just buy that? I'm happy to hop back on the plan, but for the business, and we share data because we're all with the same carrier. And he said, no, he says, you can have it, but it's $800. And I said, well, you can get rooted. I said, shove that right up your clacker. And so it works out, I've got to have a new phone, and so instead of my $140 a month plan I was on, I can have a brand new phone, Samsung S10 I think it might be, something like that, and my bill drops $50 a month, but I can't have the old phone, so I thought, okay, give me a new one. So anyway, that was a few weeks ago now, and Telstra sent me a questionnaire yesterday and said, how do you like our service? You've dealt with us recently, you've upgraded. And I said, well, up the shit really. I said, you're not a lying pricks. My phone, my $150 phone was $800 and I was pressured into a new one, and weeks have gone by, I haven't seen my new phone, and so how do I know? So I ripped the phone up and about that too, so it must be full moon. So I thought, all these people, you try and give good service and things bugger up on you. We try and give good service and sometimes things just turn to shit on you, and it just happens. And but anyway, so Telstra was pissing me off and Australia Post are pissing me off. Both big companies, and it's just how it works really. But anyway, so I've had a bloody good whinge for the day. So now I've pissed and moaned about everything, I'm good. Got that out of my system. And but anyway, look, back to stay safe everyone. I'll stop rambling, and hopefully I'll get a few more videos out this week, and we'll catch you next week, eh?